Bravo viewers have loved watching couples have their hearts broken on the Real Housewives franchise. Over the multiple seasons and franchises, the strong women have had moments of pining for a partner in their already doomed relationships. Some of the worst heartbreaks in Bravo history made for the best storylines. There's always just enough drama going on behind the scenes of the Real Housewives, and most of it has to do with the men on the show. Even though some housewives like Heather Dubrow are happily married, there have been a few women who have struggled to find true love. Thankfully, Bravo cameras have yet to miss the mess and heartbreak of an unraveling relationship. The Bravo franchise continues to prove not to mess with a woman scorned. 10 Luann de Lesseps Jacques Azoulay. Luann de Lesseps first introduced Jacques Azoulay to the Real Housewives of New York City women as her fabulous French companion. The two had a lot in common, as they both spoke the language and enjoyed wine and fine food. For multiple seasons, Luann's relationship blossomed as she spent 4.5 years with Jacques. In 2013, their courtship came to an end, as Luann claimed they both wanted different things out of life. However, it was speculated that their breakup came after Luann was caught trying to cover up her fling with the Saint. Barth's Pirate. 9 Sheree Whitfield. Tyrone Gilliam's Sheree Whitfield kept her love life a secret on The Real Housewives of Atlanta for a long time until she decided she should introduce her boyfriend, Tyrone Gilliam's, last season. The former couple originally met over 10 years ago through mutual friends while hanging out in Philadelphia. Sheree went on to marry, and Tyrone found himself in jail, but the duo reconnected. Sadly, Sheree was stood up when she went to visit her beau last season. The Atlanta peach was left feeling duped, and called off her relationship in the season finale. 8 Tinsley Mortimer. Scott Cluth. Tinsley Mortimer and her boyfriend of 5 years, Scott Cluth, starred on RHONY after being set up in 2017 by Carol Radziwill. The former couple took viewers on and off their relationship roller coaster, which included Scott proposing to Tinsley in front of the Chicago water tower where he asked her to be his wife, and Tinsley choosing to freeze her eggs. In 2021, they called off their 2-year engagement. Tinsley was blindsided by her breakup with Scott, and left to rethink whether she should return to the RHONY franchise. 7 Porsha Williams. Dennis McKinley. The hot dog king of Atlanta, Dennis McKinley, couldn't be faithful, and eventually lost Porsha Williams as his partner. The RHOA star first started dating Dennis in 2017, and they later became engaged in 2018. The engagement came just 2 months after Porsha learned she was pregnant with their first child. Dennis was caught cheating, with the dirty laundry being aired during the cast trip to Mexico. The former couple called off their wedding but remained close friends, as they tried to raise their daughter PJ together. 6 Kim Richards. Ken Blumenfeld. Kim Richards doesn't have the best track record when it comes to the men she dates. In 2011, it was revealed on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that the former actress had secretly been dating Ken Blumenfeld for over a year. Kim wasn't thrilled with her suitor, as Ken wasn't a stand-up choice, but she moved in with him anyway. During earlier seasons, Kyle Richards made it clear she didn't like Ken for her sister, as he came off as extremely controlling. However, Ken had been cheating on Kim and was still very active on his dating profiles. The couple later called it quits, and Kim entered the Betty Ford Rehab Center to detox. 5 Shannon Beador. John Jansen. The Real Housewives of Orange County star Shannon Beador hasn't had it easy since her divorce from David Beador. It looked like Shannon's luck had changed when she met John Jansen. Shannon and John met back in 2019 through friends, as the couple bonded over attending the University of Southern California and often attended Trojan football games together. RHOC Season 16 showed Shannon often confiding in John, but no matter how bad the drama got with the ladies, John was always Shannon's sounding board. John called the relationship off in November, noting the two had grown apart. For Dorinda Medley John Medesian on Roni, Dorinda Medley filmed with her boyfriend John Medesian over her 5 seasons. Even though Dorinda often spoke about her late husband, Richard Medley, she and John seemed to get along really well. But their issues started to spill over into their public life over time. Dorinda's daughter, Hannah Lynch, wasn't a huge fan of John either. Eventually, the two called it quits, as Dorinda was also fired from the franchise. 3. Dolores Catania David Principe Dolores Catania had been single for years, but thought she found love with David Principe while on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. The Paterson, New Jersey doctor started dating the housewife in 2017. However, David took the relationship more slowly, and refused to really settle down. Even though they built a home together, Dolores called it quits with David last year after claiming they grew apart. 2. Vicki Gunvalson Steve Lodge Vicki Gunvalson has always been known to want to keep her love tank full on RHOC. After meeting Steve Lodge in 2016, she thought she had finally found her soulmate. After dating for 3 years, Steve got down on one knee and proposed to Vicki in April 2019. 2 years after their engagement, the couple broke up due to Steve cheating on her. The politician is now married for the 4th time, while Vicki is dating a new man. 1. Vicki Gunvalson Brooks Ayers Perhaps the worst breakup in The Real Housewives history was Vicki and her controversial ex-boyfriend, Brooks Ayers. For years, the con artist tricked everyone into believing he had cancer, with Vicki seemingly going along with the lies. The former couple broke up more times than they could count, but always found their way back to one another. In 2015, Vicki finally called it quits with the Louisiana native and walked away forever.
Love in the modern world is fake when love was meant for joy too. When I find you, I realize that somehow we lie. Love in the modern world it is fake when love was meant for joy. I know that he hurt you. Your 5 inches of heart is human. Can you be sure? No.